from them, which I sent to him. No video, no nothing.
Sorry, I recorded on my phone.
Yeah.
They like us to
You want to set it up here? Will that work for you?
I don't want to drop the thing again. My wife would kill me. Yeah, it's always good to get a second opinion, especially if you don't trust the first opinion.
Yeah, there were some things that didn't settle well with me, and then when I was reading it to Nick and sent him the picture, the one picture I got or whatever, he was like, I don't know. He didn't seem so sure either.
Yeah, that's what Nick was talking about. Alright, so yep. I've seen them do all kinds of funny stuff with other companies. They'll show you a different sewer line.
So does this, as you're feeding it through, does it measure like how far you are? Or?
So it's measuring right now 4 foot 4 inches.
Oh, I see it.
And that's from like right at the reel.
Okay.
So we're probably about 2 foot in.
Okay.
Actually. Right there. Let's grab it out so it'll read more accurately.
Oh, okay.
Was that the only area that he was concerned about?
Good song.
Oh, it looks pretty good. You can see they cleaned it out here recently.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of see the corkscrew kind of pattern
Yes.
on the top of the pipe. That's from their cutters.
Okay.
That's characteristic.
So that's, at least I got a good clean out job, huh?
Yeah. So I haven't seen anything.
Bingo. That's the picture.
Fill up the pond and pull back the faucet to see if it's just so it doesn't feel very it's not terrible. See how everything looks huge on camera.
Right.
The camera lens is only about an eighth to a quarter of an inch off the bottom of the pipe.
Okay.
It's only that far off. So everything looks massive.
Sure.
I mean, you come to kids, but that's all just like hairline roots. Not super things. Like Nick said that somebody had told you it was collapsed. That's not collapsed.
Well, what his documentation said was corroded, partial collapse, something, the seals. Yeah. And is that, man, see, his camera said 20, the picture, oh, I have the picture right here. The picture that I have says 25 feet, 4 inch.
Yeah.
And that looks just like it.
Yeah. He may not have zeroed out his camera beforehand.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
You get a little bit of variance. But yeah, that's not a, in my personal opinion, that's not a serious issue right there.
Okay.
That's hairline roots, like routine augering and maybe even a root treatment from my Home Depot would cure that for the most part.
Can you tell as you're going through there, Are those pipes clay or plastic?
It all looks like ABS so far.
Okay.
So there's typically a transition within about 10 foot outside.
Okay.
And that's usually where, to me, that all looks real smooth and black, so I'd say it's ABS.
So that's plastic then, or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same material as that.
Oh.
So
Oh,
ABS
okay.
is the black plastic.
Okay.
PVC would be white plastic.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So a little bit of a turn.
How far do you think it? I mean, how far will this go, or how far?
I can get out roughly 100 foot.
Oh, okay.
If not a little bit more than that. Usually after that it gets hard to push.
I see.
Just kind of depends on times, but I could probably get all the way out to the main where it's taps into the city side.
Oh, okay.
We'll run it all the way out just to make sure
Yeah, I'm.
nothing else crazy going on.
I mean, in all the years that we built this house, we moved in September of '89. We've never had like the whole main line cleaned or anything. So, I mean, could that have just kind of been what
Yeah.
got caught up on that spot or something? Or I don't.
So it could just be that it's not been cleaned out in a very long time and it needed a cleaning and we found out about it. The most unfortunate of things. Well, that's that out right there.
Wow, that looks really clean. I don't know, I guess, right? Or is that normal?
Because like I said, that water level's it's dropping down now. That little piece of whatchamacallit was there.
Yeah.
I said that camera lens is only, very little above the bottom of the lens, so it looks really bad.
Right. And is it normal? I mean, it's normal for there to be areas like where there's that extra slushiness or liquid. It just hasn't moved down the pipe enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
To a degree. Like, if the camera head went completely underwater and was underwater for like 20 feet,
Okay.
then it might be concerning. We call that a belly, where the pipe would like sag, kind of
Okay.
like a cow belly.
Okay, I see.
But I'm not seeing anything like that says issues. That you're gonna have issues.
84 feet?
85, 45 feet. So we're way outside somewhere. Manholes are in the middle of the street. Typically, your manholes indicate where your city sewer is.
Okay. So is that all just stuff that hasn't made it all the way out, or?
Yeah, it's just a little bit of buildup. It's not too terribly much. It's just getting a little hard to push, but I'm out like 100 foot.
Gosh, it's hard to tell anything with that, but I don't understand how, like when you get out to where, like this city meets, is that where everybody's store, like mine and the neighbor across the street is meeting?
Yeah.
So.
So the city will have like larger pipes, and usually you'll notice like manhole covers.
Okay.
And that's where you're getting a bunch of different connections, or it switches directions, or turns down one person's street.
Okay.
And usually everybody's line will come out and meet the city sewer.
Okay.
Unless you're on septic, in which case that's a whole different animal.
Right, yeah.
Your main line will run out. So they design sewer almost like a tree. So your main line is like your trunk. and then everything else kind of branches off. And you see it kind of goes up and then it
Right,
spreads
right.
out.
All the different entities.
Yeah. We gotta be pretty close to the main, and I haven't seen anything that says. Just a little bit of gunk. Quite push, but it'll clear out.
So, Mike, how do you know that? That's because like that's so much more stuff than what we had when you were looking. How do you know there's not a problem or something there because the water's moving or what?
So typically, since it's holding it, like it's not, like I'm not getting anything weird like mud,
Okay.
mud colored, or there's water in the pipe at all.
I see.
Like, so if there's breaks in it, you'll either get more groundwater in there, or you'll get, the water that's in there will disappear. Like it'll go down into the ground
Oh,
and
okay.
separate out. So the fact that it's holding is a good sign.
Okay.
As far as that's concerned. Back up over here where it's ABS.
This is really cool. I like being able to see it. I don't like plunging the toilets, but I like being able to. Yeah, mine.
Like 100 foot, it's all that water, the momentum of it. It takes a second to clear all that stuff out.
I got you.
Sometimes it takes a little longer, and that's why it's there.
Okay.
Especially because the EPA decided to regulate water controls and all that fun stuff, so you know how it is.
Yeah.
You gotta love the government.
Yeah, right? Getting into things they know nothing about.
Well, the EPA started controlling water usage in, I want to say the late 80s. And then now they're finally figuring out that metering how much water goes down your toilet is a bad idea because it's causing people to double flush. So you went from so it used to be way older homes, they have 3-gallon flush. And
Right.
They went to 1.6, then they went to 1.28. Now they're figuring out the 1.28, people are double flushing, so you might as well be flushing 3 gallons.
I got
You're
you.
not conserving any water at all.
We have one of the toilets where you push one button for the pee and one button if it's poop, so it's a little more effective. But
And they're finally starting to back off of it. It's a recommendation and not a regulation.
it's good to. Well, I know you're pulling a camera through there, but it looks like there's nice flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, I haven't seen other than that one spot way out there, but that's fairly normal,
Okay.
especially considering the distance.
Okay.
And a little bit of gunk every once in a while.
Yeah.
That's not abnormal.
Okay.
That could be part of the problem. Sometimes the coil paper or whatever catches up on the camera and pulls the
Oh.
water back.
Gotcha.
Which makes it look really, really bad, but it's not really, really bad. It's really, really small.
Oh, is that where it switched?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right where
okay.
it's switching. That's way out there. So
Okay.
I'm willing to bet that's out by the street.
Okay.
Almost. That's at that distance. That's kind of.
58 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But everything that I've seen, nothing real major. Like a lot of people freak out. See how it's kind of like there's a little lip there?
Yes.
But that lip's not very big. That's just like a 90-degree turn, which is where
Okay.
the pipe is glued to the fitting.
Okay.
The separation is giant. I'd be a little bit concerned, but.
Okay.
It looks like they did a good job of cleaning it out,
Okay.
which is good. You can still see a little bit of the swirl pattern,
Uh-huh.
the corkscrew pattern. It's harder to see in once the toilets have been used and everything for a little while.
Right.
But those are just weird things I noticed because I'm a plumber.
Sure. what makes you an expert in your job.
It doesn't, like, it's not holding very much at all, barely at all.
And all this on top, that's just normal. That all looks okay.
That's just debris.
Sure.
Like, it's not. Typically with plastic, it would look almost jagged if it was broken.
Okay.
Kind of jagged or like bent.
Okay.
Just because it is plastic, but it's not. Like, that's all just slurry gunk. That's
Sure.
probably where the air is in the pipe when it's all the way full. If I had to guess, because unfortunately there always needs air in there.
Sure. Oh, that was the bend. Is that the bend area then right there, you say?
That's a, yeah, that's a fitting. That's where it changes directions. So you're looking at like a,
And that looks okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing too concerning. And it's all glued together, so like, if it was starting to get bad, you might notice roots growing in there.
Okay.
Like, just because it's a fitting and it's naturally got a weak point. But
Okay.
I'm not seeing any roots there.
Okay.
The spot I saw roots was there at that 20-something foot mark.
Okay. And we're headed back that way to get it again.
Back that way.
Okay.
Take a look at it.
So, what would make him think that it was, the seal was broke, or it was collapsed, or corroded? I mean, he kind of put a whole bunch of wording in it.
So, I'm going to be very, very, very honest.
Oh, please, thank you,
people,
because...
like, I don't know how Roto-Rooter does things, but there's a lot of times where plumbers will get commission off of what they sell. So, with the bigger jobs, they want to sell more and make more money. I'm hourly. Honestly, if you don't buy a sewer replacement, doesn't no skin off my back.
Right.
And I absolutely hate lying. I won't do it. That's why I don't work for anybody else.
Well, we all have to, you know, when it's all said and done, we have to make an account for our lives to a higher power. So, or that's what we believe. But so you don't see then.
Like,
I mean.
So I would understand verbiage for like the seal being broke. Like that's probably your transition right on the other side of your foundation wall. If I had to guess, without locating everything, that's what I would say. It's right on the other side of the foundation wall, or right at the foundation wall, which is typically a high stress point anyway.
Okay.
And those roots are really, really small. When you realize that pipe is only that big around.
Okay.
So that's like little hair roots, which. If your house is as old as it is, there's going to be some roots somewhere.
Okay.
Just because Mother Nature,
So
but it's not terribly concerning, honestly. That's one of the better sewer lines I've seen in a little while.
Well, and we don't have any, even outside now, we don't have, like, other than just, grass or whatever that would grow. We've pulled plants and all that stuff out of there. So do we just leave it?
Yeah.
Or
honestly, I would. So it's not real bad right now. The likelihood that I can get that very little bit cleaned off, just because you're talking about like it's a U-shaped auger head that will cut the roots, but it's spinning, and it would probably jump that spot. So I don't want to waste your money and on cleaning the drain, but it really doesn't need it, honestly. Like everything can get past that. I didn't have any trouble with my hand pushing the camera. But you may do like just a root treatment, like Home Depot. Just follow whatever instructions they have on the bottle, like in the plumbing aisle or whatever. Just to kind of keep those under control.
Okay.
Because right now they're not bad at all.
Okay.
But you don't want them to get worse.
Okay. And you don't see anything that looks broke or collapsed, or
Not collapsed.
Okay.
Definitely not collapsed. Collapse would mean that the pipe was completely shut off.
So this isn't even where it's like broke. That's roots, not a broken piece.
So it's growing in from somewhere. Like
Okay.
But it's kind of expected at that age
Okay.
that you're going to run into some spots that are kind of like that.
Okay.
And if that's the first mainline backup you've had and you've lived here since, you said, 89?
Yeah, we moved in September of 89.
Then you're doing really good. And it's in really good condition for being the age that it is. So I don't see a reason to dig it up unless you're absolutely paranoid and concerned about that. But that's not there.
Okay. But you would probably say go ahead and put some root treatment or something in there just to, okay.
Just as a preventative thing so it doesn't get worse.
Okay.
Because that's, once it gets worse and they start getting a little bit thicker, they start putting stress on that pipe and that's when they can really do damage.
Okay.
And make cracks and breaks and stuff. Right now they're just hair roots. And it's not, it would be weird if there wasn't anything like that in the sewer this whole.
Okay. I understand. So, and then, do you do like the report, or do you just give your findings back to like Nick, and then he'll send me everything, or how?
He should be able to send you everything.
Okay.
I'm recording the video, and then we upload it to YouTube, and then send you a link. So
Oh,
you
okay.
You can look at it, or anybody you need to have look at it.
Oh, okay. Oh my, that's
I
amazing.
just wanted to kind of go through everything, and then,
Yes.
as I'm seeing it, explain what's going on to you. That way you knew, because
Yes.
I'd rather you be happy.
Wow. Okay.
Trust is important.
Absolutely, because I mean, there's just a good example of if. So if I hadn't called you guys, we'd be out $4,500 because that's what they wanted to do it, and I'm thinking, well, you have to, because you know it may be flowing right now, but it's not going to keep flowing, and they wanted $4,500, and we would have paid it not knowing.
Like I said, those are little hair roots. Like if there wasn't anything going on in the line, it'd be odd.
Right.
Which sounds really mean or whatever to say, but it's the truth. Like,
No, and I mean, I respect that. We've been here a long time, you know, and I get that, you know, things change and move and shift and all that kinds of stuff.
like even so, like, see, this is all fitting.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you were getting collapses or whatever, there would be more. See how there's that little lip there?
Uh-huh.
You'd get more of those. Like that'd be considered, if it was bigger and it wasn't a fitting, like if you're looking at it and not able to see into the next pipe, we'd call that an offset, which you see a lot at foundation walls because the foundation settles and the pipe stays here and all of a sudden.
Right. Well, and we've had a lot of settlement because we've had pier work done and stuff, so I guess for having all that pier work done and it's all been right out there out front, that still looks really well then, I guess.
Yeah, and it transitioned pretty smoothly. Like the camera didn't fight me at all through any of that, which is, I'm only hand pushing it from 20 something.
Yeah, and you weren't even pushing hard.
Yeah, I've had to fight harder. The last job I had to fight a lot harder, and I was only going 14 feet.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's in really good shape.
Okay.
Honestly. And I'll talk to Nick, and then Nick said that he was going to contact you too.
Yeah.
And kind of go through all this with you.
Okay, perfect.
We'd rather be honest. That's what I
a
like about
rarity
this company.
nowadays.
That's what I really like about this company. They're honest, and that's the way I like to do business.